So, we need to cast our mindlessness to one side. We need to stop paying attention to the noise in our own head. By the way, it'll never go away. You just stop paying attention to it by learning, day in, day out, to pay attention to the reality of the here and now, non-judgmentally, by starting each day with a few minutes meditation. You'll find, when you meditate, that very often your mind will be all over the place. And very often clients ring me and say, oh, I'm not as focused as I need to be. I'm not as clear in my mind when I meditate as I was when I meditated with you first. They're all useless thoughts. They are all analytical thoughts. They are all thoughts that second guess the fundamental fact that I am disciplining my otherwise undisciplined mind. So it actually doesn't matter a damn what happens during 5 or 10 minutes meditation. What matters is that you do it. Because in doing it, you are, as I said, disciplining your otherwise undisciplined, normal, crazy mind. You're developing your ability, one step at a time, to pay attention to as close to reality as it gets. To ensure that you can see what's going on, that you can become aware of all the things that life is laying before you without any preconceived notions. That when you meet someone new, you are meeting someone and truly seeing that new person rather than putting them in a box within 4 seconds. Because the next stranger you meet might be the next most important stranger in your life. All the important people in our lives were once strangers. There are people out there before your very eyes. There are opportunities out there before your very eyes that your focused mind will be able to recognize and zone in on without saying, oh, I'll have nothing to do with him or her, or I'm focused just on moving in this direction. Meditation opens your eyes to all the possibilities. And that indeed is why I said in the last video that in setting your goals for the future, you need to write about how it feels to have arrived without saying exactly what the goal might be. Because that ensures that your eyes are always open to the possibilities that will generally be greater than that which our normal minds might have otherwise imagined. Meditation every day develops your ability, one step on top of another, you never go backwards, develops your ability every day to be engaged in your life, to be consciously aware of what is going on, to be purposefully focused, to ensure that you do just what you need to do in the here and now to achieve your objective. And the here and now is where it is all taking place. The subconscious mind thinks the past is the here and now. The future are here and nows that haven't actually taken place yet. The only place and time that you can be is the here and now, so you better turn up to the here and now. Meditation enables you to do that. Meditation engages this part of the brain in the here and now. But with the best will in the world, we can easily be knocked out of the here and now by the nonsense of others. Just because you are not going to be a normal crazy person anymore doesn't mean you're not going to be surrounded by normal crazy people. And it is so easy to get dragged into normal crazy dramas that normal people love us to get involved in. What you need to do, therefore, is ensure during the course of your day that you stop yourself every so often and ask yourself, how do I feel now? Am I focused in the here and now? Because asking yourself those questions will bring you back to a clearer state of mind. As the next 8 weeks progress, we will explore further the further things that you might do during the course of the day that will ensure that, having set yourself up properly at the beginning of the day, you stay set up properly, focused, purposefully focused throughout the course of the day. And you know what? Sooner or later, as this part of your brain restructures itself, being purposefully focused will become your new normal way of living your life. and you will never, ever look back. You will never, ever be subject to the stresses that drag people down, that kill people. You will never be pulled away from the pursuit of all the wonderful things that your life has to offer should you turn up for it. So, we've reached the end of the beginning. Where it goes from here is entirely dependent upon what you do now. And in every now, from now on, because what we do now determines what happens next. And now that I have you for a couple of minutes, as a captive audience, so to speak, we're going to finish off this last video in this series with a short meditation, or kind of meditation, because I want to talk a little bit about how you meditate, what you should expect from meditation, and the extent to which very often people undo the good of their own meditation by overthinking about it and overanalyzing it. A lot of people say to me, for example, my meditation isn't as deep as it should be, as it was when I was working, for example, with you, meaning me. That is only another one of these useless thoughts that are sent to plague us. We shouldn't think or analyse, or certainly overanalyse, what happens during meditation. We should simply do it, because simply doing it disciplines our otherwise undisciplined minds. So for the last few minutes of this video, you might get yourself sitting comfortably, feet firmly on the floor, sitting upright. You can't meditate lying down, for example. That's the equivalent of dozing. And you certainly can't do it standing up, because you might just fall over with your eyes shut. So let's be safe and let's be structured about it. Sit up straight with your feet firmly on the floor, your hands on your lap or on your legs, your back well supported by the chair that you're sitting in, and gently let your eyes close. And as your eyes close, I want you to simply notice what it feels like to be sitting in the chair. How the chair is supporting you, how the seat of the chair is supporting your weight, and how your back is resting against the chair. I want you to feel your weight sinking into the chair as if you were getting heavier and heavier, because now you're actually paying attention, all of your attention, to your weight in the chair. I want you to notice what happens your body seated in the chair with each breath that you take in and out. I want you to notice the way your breathing is a whole body experience. You experience your breathing in the pit of your stomach, in the expansion and contraction of your stomach, in the movement of your back against the chair, in the rise and fall of your chest, and the movement of your upper back and shoulders with each breath in and each breath out. I want you to particularly turn your attention to how each breath feels in your nostrils. And that means you can actually feel the air through the left nostril or the right nostril, or both nostrils equally. If you can't get a good feel of the air in your nostrils, take a couple of deeper, sharper breaths, and remember that at any time during the course of your ordinary everyday life, a couple of deeper, sharper breaths to get the feel of air in your nostrils will always steady you and bring you back to reality. Reality is what we feel and what we hear when we meditate. Reality is what our senses are telling us without us putting our spin on those senses, without second guessing what we are feeling or what we are hearing. We're just observing it in meditation by paying all of our attention to each breath as it arises and passes, and each sound as it arises and passes, and indeed each feeling in our body as each feeling arises and passes. mind may be wandering. We're built to wander. I wouldn't worry about it, nor should you. It's something that happens. The choice you have to make is, will you go with the wandering thought, or will you go with the next breath through your nostrils, the next sound that you hear, the next feeling that you have in your body, and let the thought that wandered in wander out again. Meditation enables you to choose to pay attention to simply what you've chosen to pay attention to, and let everything else pass on by. The breaths that you are feeling at the moment, the weight of your body in the chair that you are feeling, the sounds that you are hearing are enabling you tune in to the wonderful reality of just this moment. And for now, that is all that matters. So I want you to take a couple of deep breaths. I want you to notice what that does in your nostrils, in your shoulders, in your chest, in your stomach, in your back. And I want you to use the rhythm of your breathing to bring yourself back to the point that whenever you are finished, in your own good time, you can open your eyes and I'll sign off.